Hey everybody, welcome to GoSell Weekly. My name is Sean and I'm from GoSell.ca. We do sales development and business development for B2B companies across Canada and the United States. In today's video, we will be talking about how to get more customers through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a really powerful tool to not only showcase your services but also do the cold outreach and get the customers that you would like to sign up. So, step number one, before you do anything else, before you think about doing the outreach or finding people or what to say, the script and all of that, the most important thing is to improve your profile. If you do not have a profile picture, if your cover photo is empty, and if your job description is not there, and there's no heading, there's no title, and you're just like a bot, and if you're thinking that you can reach out to a few people and they would trust you, I really don't think that would happen, because people get tons of LinkedIn messages from all over the world, from web design guys to SEO guys to lead gen companies to consultants to insurance companies, whatnot, right? And there's a lot of noise. Every industry is saturated if you think about it that way. And people are busy. This is TikTok's age. This is YouTube Shorts age. People are busy. No one has the time to read, to read like another cold message on LinkedIn. So you have to really stand out. And one of the things you do to stand out is to make sure that you have a really solid profile. It looks trustworthy, looks credible, it looks authentic. Professional profile picture, that's one. You have to have a headline, summary, job descriptions, your skills, achievements, endorsements, things like that. You have to have a work history and educational background as well. What school did you go to? Where did you work? What's your employment history? Think of it like a resume and work hard on it. And there's so many things you can use online, like Canva. You can even hire somebody from Fiverr, to do up your profile. Really, it's that simple. So that is the step number one. The other thing you would need is you have to have a Sales Navigator account. You usually qualify for like a free trial if you don't have it. Usually, not all the time, but a lot of times. Mostly you do. Otherwise, I think we pay like 70, 80 bucks or 100 bucks, something like that per month per account, Canadian. So it's like 70 bucks US. And it varies, I don't know why, but it's not super expensive. And it's month to month, you can cancel anytime. So there's two reasons you need Sales Navigator. One, you can use Sales Navigator, and Sales Navigator, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is actually part of LinkedIn. So just think of it as LinkedIn. It's not like a separate tool. It's not like you have to sign up for another service or anything. It's within LinkedIn. It's just LinkedIn's premium version. Think about it that way, to put it simply. Okay. Now you can use Sales Navigator to find people. It has a really solid search system, and I can show you, a few things, in the future slides here. So you can use Sales Navigator to find people. If you want to find your target audience, you can, pick them through the employee headcount, their location, their job title, their industry, things like that. So it's a really good tool to find people. The other important thing, which a lot of people don't know and they usually ignore, is that if you have Sales Navigator, even if you're not using it to find people, even if you already have like a lead list built somehow and you just want to do the outreach through LinkedIn, you still need Sales Navigator nowadays. Why? Because it gives you a higher limit. So you can reach out to more people, and you can actually reach out, people using the personalized message. So you can actually send a longer message. I think with Sales Navigator, there's like a 300 character if you're sending a connection request. But if you don't have Sales Navigator, I think it's only 200. So what really can you say in 200 characters or less? So that's another benefit. You also get in-mail credits. In-mail basically is like direct messaging. So if you have Sales Navigator, you can reach out to more people directly. So use those for really good people, like really good leads who you really want to get, in touch with for sure. So Sales Navigator is a must. Now, once you have Sales Navigator, as I mentioned, you can use Sales Navigator to find people, right? There's actually an option on sale. I mean, one thing, here's the thing though. One thing that's for sure, that's super easy, that's straightforward, is of course you will search by their industries, by their location. If you are in Chicago and if your target market is in Chicago, obviously you would do it, right? That's for sure. That's taken. But one thing a lot of people miss is this feature. LinkedIn has this feature called recent updates. So, for example, one of them is called posted on LinkedIn. It's a toggle. If you choose it, anyone who posted something on LinkedIn in the past 30 days is going to show up. So let's say your target audience is, I don't know, 5,000 people on LinkedIn that you want to reach out to. But if you hit this, that 5,000 would become 200, for example. But those 200 people are the ones that you should be reaching out first. Why? Because these people are super active on LinkedIn. If anyone's going to get back to you, it's those people. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that 100%. That if you do A/B testing, if you reach out to 1,000 people with the posted on LinkedIn toggle on, and if you reach out to another 1,000 people who are not active on LinkedIn, these people are going to reply you much better, 100%. But this also means that they get the most amount of DMs. If I know this, you know this, guess what? Everyone knows it. It's not a secret. So of course everyone is going to go after these people for sure. So what would happen is these people are also going to get tired of cold messages. So the point I'm making is do this for sure, especially if you have like a really big list, start with this, but do not ignore the people who are not here. So don't think this is the only checklist. I actually close some of my accounts that are extremely big who are not active on LinkedIn. I actually closed an account, like closed, a company closed a deal. The guy only had 3 connections, no profile picture. You know, we usually don't recommend reaching out to a profile like that because it looks super dead, right? But guess what? Everyone thinks that, and that is the person who you should actually be reaching out to because people are ignoring that person. Maybe he's new to LinkedIn, and if he's new to LinkedIn, he's definitely gonna, look his messages for sure. So the point I'm making is do this, but do that as well. Don't just pick this and then ignore everything else. So it has to be a combination. One tip: LinkedIn search is not the best search ever. It's just not good. It actually sucks. Okay. For example, if you go to current job title and if you just type in CEO without the quotation, just CEO, it's going to show you the CEO. It's also going to show you CEO's secretary or assistant to the CEO, the people who you just don't want to reach out to because you want to reach out to CEOs, right? So what you do is you actually put them in a quotation mark if you just want CEO. For example, if you search president in quotation mark, all you're going to get is presidents. But if you just search president without quotation mark, you will get president of marketing, president of HR, president of God knows what. So please do this if your target market is extremely targeted. If you just want to reach out to that CEO and not secretary to the CEO or CEO's assistant. So to use that, that's a really good tip. Double check. When you are using LinkedIn to find people and reaching out, double check every single profile. LinkedIn, as I mentioned, it's not the best tool out there. I mean, it's good. We recommend it. We use it, but you have to use your brain and common sense when you're doing the outreach. For example, it happens a lot that LinkedIn's data is outdated. I mean, LinkedIn itself is not outdated, but the Sales Navigator search is outdated. So you're thinking that, hey, this guy is still an engineer at XYZ company, but when you go to his profile, he just quit 2 months ago and now he's working for another company. And a completely different industry, completely different company who you don't want to reach out to because that's not, it doesn't fall within your target market, right? So please do double check every single profile before reaching out to them. It's only going to take you like 5 seconds, so please do that because LinkedIn can mess things up for sure. So don't just trust LinkedIn blindly. Personalization. So in LinkedIn, as I mentioned, there's a lot of noise. A lot of people are getting connection requests or in-mails and whatnot. So you have to stand out. Okay. Now it doesn't mean that you have to talk about their personal life. For example, I went to University of Manitoba, U of M, right? And I got this message the other day. Oh, hey Sean, I just looked at your profile. You went to U of M. How was your time? Okay, well, why are you asking me that? I just went to his profile. I thought maybe he went to U of M as well, but he's actually from US. He's from like Florida or something. I mean, why do you care? Just tell me what you're selling. If I need it, I'll let you know. Of course, be nice and whatnot, right? But just I just don't like that. Don't be cheesy. Don't be salesy. Definitely don't talk about things that are personal because you might get it wrong. So just don't do that. So to the point, they know it's a sales pitch. They definitely do know it's a sales pitch. Or maybe if you don't want to like do a hard sell, just maybe like, hey, let's connect. Let's do that. But don't take it to a level where it's extremely annoying to them or extremely personal. Just don't do that. Okay. One thing, personalization doesn't always mean to write like personal copy. It also means to talk about their industry. You could do that, or their job title. For example, if you are, I don't know, a SaaS company that can help, an HR industry or, I don't know, accounting industry. So do two different scripts and two different searches. You should have a different script for accountants talking about their pain points and a different, script for HR folks, right? With different scripts. So that's also a personalization because you're, reaching out to two different categories with two different scripts. Or you can, divide it based on the job title. A CEO should get a different message than a VP marketing. So do that for sure. A/B test it, and over time you would also know which script is performing better. So definitely do this for sure. Personalization, I cannot stress enough how important it is. Once you message them, of course you're going to view their profile. That's for sure because you're going to, go to their profile. The reason it's important to mention it though, because LinkedIn Sales Navigator also has an option to message them. And if you use Sales Navigator, they might not get a notification that you have viewed their profile. So what we do is we only use Sales Navigator to find people, period. We do not use Sales Navigator to reach out to do the outreach. We do not use Sales Navigator to do the outreach. Do not do that because they will not get that notification, a notification like this. Okay, so use Sales Navigator to find the people, right click, go to their profile, reach out to them on LinkedIn from the within, like the actual traditional LinkedIn. Okay, do not use Sales Navigator to find people. I cannot stress enough because it's going to be a disaster. Not only they cannot view, know that you viewed their profile, but it's actually also going to be really bad in terms of notification. What if you cancel Sales Navigator 2 months down the road, and if they respond, you will not get their message? We have had that issue before. So Sales Navigator only to find people, LinkedIn to do the actual outreach. Okay, so definitely view their profile maybe every now and then, or maybe before sending every follow up, and scroll down. Another reason why I recommend it is if they have posted something professional or related to their industry, or if it's pretty cool, feel free to like it or comment or even repost. Of course, within reason. You don't want to repost every single thing that they post. It's just not gonna look real. But if it's something you genuinely liked, and if it's a cool thing, might as well. If you're liking random stuff on TikTok, might as well like a really targeted stuff on LinkedIn to get some business out of it. Okay. Last, and this is extremely important, post content. Think of content as not just content, but also a follow up message. When you send somebody a message like a connection request, and if they accept it, they are now in your network. So anything you do, they see it. So it's a follow up. So if you post a good content, they will see it. If you post a good, nice video or a client review or what have you, they will see it. So think about content as a follow up message because your existing network is going to see it. It can also build a authority or a personal brand. People are going to think of you as, hey, this guy knows his stuff. He's posting about whatever is it that you're doing, whatever industry that you're in. And, over time, and of course, you will follow up with them, you will reach out to them, and they will see this content. So they would have a good impression. Video is the best because they will now know. There's a reason I'm recording this. Okay. Video is the best. Why? Because they can see you, they can hear you, they can know you're genuine, you're real, how you sound, how you look. It's human to human. People want to buy from people. You don't want to come across as a bot, or you definitely don't want to come across as someone who just hired a bunch of VAs and they're doing the outreach. You don't want to do that. That's it. It's that simple. And by the way, GoSell.ca, we actually do this all. So if you want to do sales outreach, if you want to use LinkedIn, and if you don't have time or the expertise, please feel free to reach out to us because this is one of the services that we offer. Sean@GoSell.ca, or feel free to comment below. And hey, this is my second video on YouTube. I would really appreciate if you guys just subscribe my channel. It would help us a lot. Thank you and have a wonderful day.